Hey guys, the section of violence here. Well, Dana White Contender Series. That's 2 weeks now. We've profited, but neither of these weeks, neither week has been easy. It's really, really hard. Let's just get right into it. There's no other way to talk about it other than get right into it because I'm still flabbergasted with some of the performances. Okay, let's get into it. Ugh. Okay, so to start the card. Alex Morgan, I thought he would be more elusive, use his reach, use his size advantage, use his striking, I thought advantage. And he was doing that at the start to a degree, not using elusiveness, but using a few nice combos. But he didn't look like he was flowing. He looked stiff. And it started to become more apparent as the round started going on. And I noticed Blake was starting to get more comfortable. I didn't think much of it. And then, mind you, sorry, I need the over 1.5. I don't care so much about Morgan, even though I had a unit. I needed Morgan to go over 1.5. And unfortunately, in the first round, he gets dropped badly, and then he gets choked, unconscious. But not unconscious, sorry, but he gets choked. And the problem with that is he defended the choke. And then for some reason, he thought to himself, let's just stand up without any care in the world for the choke. Ignore the fact that it's all locked up and he has both hooks in. Let's just ignore that and hope for the best and stand up. And of course, he gets choked and he has to tap. Because he gave up all the fucking wrist control, he gave up everything just for the possibility of being able to shake him off or some shit. It's just terrible fight IQ. Anyways, speaking of terrible fight IQ, Maria Silva, it wasn't as bad as a performance, but she did not look good. She got out scrambled, out muscled, out gritted, out cardioed by a girl who I'd say is more talented, yeah, after watching the fight, but she should have been able to win that fight, man. Like, she has a better jiu-jitsu, better striking. She just didn't show it. And she showed she's subpar. I was sort of a fan of hers. Now I'm not. I thought she would be more aggressive. She wasn't. She was really easy to take down. And yeah, UFC. Yeah, they gave her a contract. I wouldn't have gave her one, but great, she got one. Yeah. So she won. I went 0-2 to start the card. I had the fight going over 1.5, so that cashed, thankfully. Um, Moving on though, we had Rebecki versus Lidio. Rebecki, I'm gonna worry about him because he doesn't have the greatest striking, and his striking also, he eats shots just to get the takedown, and that won't work for a while. Luckily, he faced a guy who's easy to hold down and quits easy. Lidio just did not want to be in there. That choke wasn't even like a technical choke or anything. And anyways, he just didn't want to be in there, and there wasn't much else that could be said. Um, I had Rebecki winning the fight. I didn't know when, but I thought he'd win. First round submission. What do you know? Moving on, I had Cedric Dumas as the underdog. He was facing Matej Penaz. someone who I feel is extremely overrated. Something with these tall strikers. I don't know. Like, there's not all of them are Alex Pereira. Like they're not the greatest strikers. They're just decent. They're pretty good. And against guys who are well rounded, it's not going to go over well. Cedric just showed what like there's levels to this, and he absolutely dominated within the short time he was in there. um, so Cedric Dumas won the fight. I had nothing on the over or the under. I had the under on the previous fight, which cashed for the max 2 units. Retrospect should have had a 3 unit play, but I wasn't confident with this card, so I just stuck with 2 units. And then to move on to the main event. Now, this was very, very suspect. Kinoshita almost lost me, almost made us have a negative day. But luckily, he somehow found it within him to knock McGregor-esque knock out Henrique, or not knock him out, but TKO him, and do it within the time I needed to cash my parlays. So we went 3-2 on predictions, but it wouldn't have mattered because we would have not been able to cash if I didn't make those live plays. So we ended up cashing almost 3 units because of that. Great night. Not great night, but decent night. I'm happy the way it ended, and I'm happy how all of them got contracts. More people in the UFC. Gotta love it. Great night. We got a few more Dana White Contender Series before the season is done. Pretty been a decent season so far. Been cashing the last two. I'm not too confident with the one coming up. I haven't really looked into it. I'll look into it later. For now, I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts about the event. Uh, yeah, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed the event. I hope you guys cashed out on your own plays, or if you just tailed mine, you had a nice night. Thank you, and goodbye.